I'm Sara Marks, and I'm an author. I write stuff. I write a lot of stuff. I mostly write romance and chick lit. Sometimes I write horror because I like to keep my perspective of the world balanced. You can't be hopeful and romantic without acknowledging that sometimes the world stinks and will screw you over. This is the first video in a series I'm going to do about inspiration and research. A few weeks ago, I watched a video on YouTube by Vice about the decline of the LuLaRoe multi-level marketing company. They sell the leggings, and I loved their leggings in the past. I have a few pairs, but the company is a multi-level marketing. Some people would call it a pyramid scheme. Others would call it direct sales. And I'm giving you this context because it inspired me. This is the beginning of a series of videos, part of AuthorTube. I'm not going to tell people how to write. I don't even know if I know how to write half the time. I'm not going to tell you how to get published. Frankly, it's a shooting fish in a barrel. You might not. It's all about luck and the saleability of your book. But I can tell you about research because I know research. I know a lot about research. I'm a research librarian. That's what I do by day. I help people with their research, not just their original research, but finding sources. I do this really well, and I love to do research for my books. I went to Disney to research theme parks so that I could write a book about theme parks and make up my own theme park. So that's what I want to share. Instead of me talking about writing, and I'm sure I'll talk about my writing and there'll be vlogs about me writing these things, I want to talk to you about the research I'm doing. So there'll be videos when I go on research adventures, there'll be videos about that. When I have to sit in front of the TV for hours and you don't want to watch me do that, I'll recap it like this. Video 1, multi-level marketing, pyramid schemes, and direct sales. There'll be another video telling you about my own history with this because I've done it twice. I failed at it twice. So that's going to come into play. But as I was watching the LuLaRoe 25-minute little documentary by Vice, I was beginning to remember themes related to the MLM experience. My own, other people I knew who did it, the people I knew who gave it up. I started listening to some podcasts related to this, one that did a really deep dive into the world and history of MLMs, which is fascinating. Another that looks at MLMs in more of a real-time experience. And I realized there's two stories here. One side of the story is more romantic, and it's the story of the women primarily who sell for these companies, who try to make a business from them, and the motivations they have to do this. Some of which are a little vapid, like mine, I wanted some extra money, and others which are life-altering. Stories about women who need to be the ones to make the ends meet in their families, who need to give somebody something they deserve but can't afford otherwise, like a gravestone for a father, or to bus their child to a school that will help them develop better education and better intelligence and better responses to learning. There are tragedies within this, but it's also a romantic perspective of an MLM and what it can do for people, how it can empower women. And then there's the horror side of it, and that is what actually happens in the administration of these companies and the motivations of the men and women who run them on the backs of these women. And as I played with this idea on Twitter, on Facebook, with my friends, I realized I have two stories I can tell here. One is a romance story, a woman who ultimately fails at multi-level marketing and direct sales, but finds love. There are countless stories that I could write along this, countless motivations for women, countless reasons why they might resist love. Just using the frame of the MLM to focus on what's going on in their lives. And then there's the Crowlack stuff. What if a multi-level marketing company was just a front for a planet that wants to steal you away and suck you dry, literally, physically, mentally, emotionally, for its own sustenance? And of course, now there's a whole new volume of Crowlack. So the first series of videos is going to be about this, the research I'm doing into MLMs. You're going to get two things. One, recaps. What I've done to do research, to prepare for this, where the story is, what's happening. I'm probably going to focus first on the horror stories because I need that balance for all the other romance stuff that I'm writing. But there'll be romance stories as the research continues. Because two, I'm going to need help with the research. I can listen to all the podcasts I want. I can watch all the YouTube videos I want. People do two things on their YouTube videos. Either they're trying to sell you on the opportunity of this business, and I'm going to use a lot of their phrasing and vocabulary and jargon. They call it an opportunity. They're trying to sell you it. They're trying to make themselves look as glamorous or as profitable as they can to get you to invest in the company. Or two, they're talking about the decline of their business and how it's falling out from under them, as if the rug were being pulled out. So they're talking about why they're leaving these direct sales companies. That's not the complete story. But sometimes that's going to require I go and talk to the people I can find who are currently doing direct sales, who have done and chosen to leave for one well thought out reason, or those who have failed, which is probably going to be the vast majority of the people I talk to, and had it all come crashing down on them. So there's going to be a lot of conversations, and you can help by either telling me your story, and we can do it over chat, over video chat, over email, or telling me someone you know who might be willing to talk to me about this, because I'm going to need to talk to people on the upper administration side if I'm going to write a horror story. I was able to write Crowlack the way I did because of my own experiences in libraries and my own observations of town politics, because we all live in a town that has politics. But MLMs, I can't rely solely on my experience to be fair to anybody. So my call to you for this video is let me know. Have you done an MLM? Have you failed? Have you succeeded? Do you know someone who's done an MLM? LuLaRoe, Mary Kay, Unique, Avon, Amway. I'm not looking to invest in the opportunity, but I want to hear their stories, why they're doing this, where they struggle, and not from a rah-rah you should invest perspective, because I'm very, very susceptible to the rah-rahs. But from this is where I struggle as a business person kind of perspective. So let me know in the comments if you have something you can help me with as far as the research goes. And when we talk, we'll decide how much of your story or your friend's story will be added to these research vlogs. But for now, that's going to be enough, and I hope to hear from you in the comments.